Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Decorative Survival. So, in the last episode I built out here, this field and that mill, and to start off today's episode, I probably would like to clear a bit more of this forest, going back a bit further as well. And yeah, I'm going to get started on that, and then I will be right back. Alright, so in this time lapse I'm clearing a lot of trees. However, when I'm actually clearing the trees, I didn't actually notice anything getting very much clearer. And I think that's probably because by the time that I've actually cut down the trees, the leaves decay and have to take a little while to decay, and then I go on to some other leaves. And also, as you can see, I think I've lit up most of the place, and that's so that mobs don't spawn. I might want to figure out some better lighting solution later on though. Alright, so I am back, and yeah, basically most of this is cleared. There's still quite a lot of trees, but the trees aren't quite as close, and that's kind of what I'm intending. Mostly, basically every place has to have visibility from at least one of the towers, so kind of enemy soldiers can't sneak up through the trees, which is mostly happening. The thing that I need to make sure of is that these trees don't get stuck to one another, which happens quite a lot. They combine with each other's leaves. Also, apparently, that noise which I heard a couple of episodes ago and was very confused, is screeching foxes. So I think I can turn off those subtitles, which I have had on all this time to try and figure out what that noise was. Alright, so the next thing I would like to do is to build another house. Now, I'm thinking I'll probably replace this house and maybe also move it a little bit further away from the wall. And yeah, I'm probably going to get started on that, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I didn't actually move the house as I said I did, and that was actually because I checked, and actually over the wall you can't see the wooden bit of this house, so it would be rather hard to hit with something flaming. So I decided to keep the house where it was. That was also kind of because I was considering placing a extra house next to it, but actually the roofs would overlap, and so that couldn't actually be done. So yeah, that was a bit annoying. And this is just another normal house. I think I've gone away to collect bricks because I always need to do that, it seems, with every single house because the roofs are made out of brick. And this is a normal 2-section house, and I left the chest down where it was at the start, which I haven't done on most of the other houses. I've needed to move the chest for some reason or another. Alright, so I am back, and this is the house. So if I go inside, there's a little table here, there's just the chest. I appear to have forgotten a glass pane there. And then there's the upstairs, which either goes into the attic, which is pretty dark and empty, or into the bedroom. And that's the entire house. So, I've got a river flowing, you can just barely see it over there, that comes from this lake. However, the river gets rather narrow towards around about here. So I would like to do some, at least some of this in a little bit of landscaping, I guess. I'm probably going to try to do this bit and maybe that bit. I'm not completely sure if I'll get the entire thing done in this episode. But yeah, I'm going to get started on that, and then I will be right back. Right, so I'm well, as I said, I am expanding the river because in some places, like just where I'm clearing, it's more of a stream. It's only like 2 blocks deep. Actually, maybe that was 1 block deep, and like 4 blocks wide. So it's now a reasonable river depth. Well, it's still not as deep as it could be, but with the other bits of the river, there's a few places downstream that I was also considering. I actually did end up doing the entire river. I will be doing the other shallow section that I said I might not get up to, or as well as you can see, I'm clearing out that section now. But further downstream, there is actually like as after the village, there's another spot in which the river is rather empty. So I might do that later, not in this episode, of course. But there's quite a few spots where this is an issue, and it annoys me rather a lot because rivers can't flow like that, I don't think. Yeah, and I'm adding in little sand spots because otherwise this river's plain dirt and that doesn't look quite like a normal Minecraft river, so I wanted to add some gravel. Alright, so I'm back, and as you can see, the river is a lot wider here, and also the river is wider over here. Now this isn't quite as wide as it is further downstream, so if you go all the way over to here, you can see that it gets even wider, and I might want to consider it widening it a bit more therefore, but for now it's at least reasonably wide, so I'm probably going to leave it like this. I might consider in a later episode expanding it even more. However, that would require a lot more work, as I'd probably want to do it starting from here, which I didn't touch at all. But that's probably going to wrap up this episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, goodbye.